My dad always used to tell me how stubborn Korean people are. Different food, they come to America. They adapt. Chinese food is the most American food you can find. Korean food, no. It stays the same. No matter where you go, it's for Koreans, by Koreans. If other foreign people don't like it, then too bad. That is being more trendy is surprising, because it's not like Korean food has changed that drastically. Kimchi is still kimchi. It's definitely cool to take a train, commute for like 35 minutes, and then go to a store, and everything that I grew up with in my country is there. That must be how my dad must have felt, right? Like when he got off that plane. It's like, oh, I thought there would be no Korean food here, but drive 10 minutes and there's a Korean market right downtown. My name is David Kwan. I was born in Seoul, Korea. I'm now living in the Bronx, New York. Bronx definitely feels very separate from the rest of the city, and I think there's some downside to that, but there's also some really cool thing about that. It feels like its own kind of unique, cohesive community. It's like it protects itself. Not many people think to come here because it has a bad rep, but I don't think it really deserves the bad rep that it has. In Korean culture, there's two words for rice. Sal means just the rice that's not cooked, and then pop is the cooked rice. But the word pop means the same thing as meal. Meal is not a meal without rice. It's more oil. It's also interesting for me because I'm vegetarian, and in Korean culture, that's like, if I meet another Korean, I tell them that, they're probably gonna freak out. Like, you're what? What is that? If there's no meat, it's not really a meal. Just like if there's no rice, it's not a meal. It's ironic because most of the food on the plate is vegetables. When I came to America, it was just a very strange experience. Korea is a very homogenous country. Everyone looks Korean, speaks Korean. Now I'm in a place where no one looks Korean. I felt like they were aliens to me. It's hard trying to fit in. So the work I'm doing now is I'm in a supportive housing apartment. People who used to be homeless are not anymore because we provide them subsidized housing. They have a lot of mental illness or traumas. They come to me for counseling or for skill building. Probably the biggest misconception is when people think of, hey, what do you think a homeless person looks like? They picture that smelly old guy sleeping in a subway train and collecting cans or asking for money. That's the number one image that people think of, which they shouldn't. There's about 60,000 homeless people in New York City. That's actually a low number because it doesn't count people who are living with friends or family or people who are living in cars. 5% of the entire homeless population is the image you're thinking. The image you should be having of a homeless person is not a dirty old guy in a subway train, but a single father or a single mother with 2 or 3 children. For someone moving from Seoul to New York City, they should take comfort in a big Korean-friendly communities here and there, especially in Flushing, Queens, 32nd Street in Manhattan. It'll feel like Seoul. Korean culture is a culture that cares so much about what other people think and how they'll be perceived. My advice is to kind of try to do as least of that as possible. What will be considered weird in Korea is kind of the normal in America. Just embrace it.